Hey Tim, hey everyone else, welcome back to For Running Shoes. A few weeks ago I ran a 10 kilometer race. It was good, I ran a PB, but I hadn't really been training to run at those kinds of speeds, and as a result, I hurt my knee a little bit. I reckon that had I continued to run as I had been training on my knee, I would have ended up with runner's knee like I did in my right knee earlier in the year. This is my left knee, and I was very keen to avoid that. I generally find myself being a cautious runner when it comes to injury, especially after having, over the last few years of doing this channel, having a couple of months off at a time in different places, which I want to avoid. So I find myself being pretty cautious now. So I haven't totally stopped running. I took the week after the race pretty slow, and I have resumed my training now. I ran 5 times last week, but nowhere near to the same level of intensity as I had been prior to that. So I had 3 really easy runs. I ran on the treadmill. I am toying around with running at a really low aerobic capacity. So running, with my heart rate around 130 beats a minute. Sorry, my cat's playing with something in the background. And I find that speed is low enough impact on my knee that it's okay. At least at this point, that seems to be working okay. So I had kind of 3 runs, 3 days in a row, running half an hour or more really slowly. Like I'm talking, 8-minute kilometers, which for me is frustratingly slow, but it works okay. I had a reasonably quick 5-kilometer run where I was averaging faster than 5 minutes a kilometer, and just to test it out. And then I had a fairly easy kind of targeting 5 minutes, 50 seconds a kilometer, 10-kilometer run. And I had no pain afterwards. I am following up my runs at the moment with icing the knee because I really don't want to cause any inflammation, which can cause more pain and damage. So reducing the inflammation right after the run seems to be working for me, and having the same number of runs, but really reducing the impact on some of them seems to be working for me as well. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I am still training for my marathon. I was planning originally on running a half marathon distance on Sunday, but I've been playing a show lately, which is great fun. I play trombone, and after bump out and gatherings and things, I ended up getting home just before the dawn, but not much. So I was in no state to run a long run after having not many hours sleep. So I ended up just running the 10K, but next weekend I plan to run a half marathon distance, and then we've got a bit over a month before the marathon, so I'm hoping to build it up a bit. It's not an ideal lead up, I don't think, but I am at this stage confident that my knee's going to be okay to do it. So at the end of November, I'll be running my first marathon. I am, aware that time is starting to get away from me. I'm not going to be running it quickly at this point. I am not going to be getting anywhere near the speeds that you saw recently, Tim. But so if I can do it in under 4 hours, I think I'd be happy at this point. So, but I'm not sure if even that's going to be achievable for me in my current form. So we'll see. I loved seeing your recent video, Tim, where you and Shelby shared about your Casey Strides event that you ran, and you ran a 10K PB. It blew mine out of the water, but that's okay. You're a lot fitter than I am, and I'm really impressed with that effort. I think that's fantastic, and I can't wait to see how you go with the other 2 races in the series. I'm looking forward to hearing how your training has gone this week and where you're up to with all of those things, and I'll see that video on Thursday when you pop it up. Thank you so much for watching this video. Take care. You'll see me in a video next Tuesday, but you'll see Tim before me on Thursday. Keep an eye on your knees, don't injure yourselves, and we'll see you next time.